comfortable seat, having a blanket or pillow underneath our hips just to support the pelvis tilting forward and lifting the spine a little taller. And we'll begin by rubbing the palms of our hands together, bringing focus and energy into the palms. And then taking the fingertips and gently brushing them across the forehead, temples, and cheeks, brushing away any worries or expectations. Bring the fingertips to the eyes, palms to the cheeks, turning your attention inward. And take a couple of deep cleansing breaths. When you're ready, you can float your hands down, either keeping your eyes closed or gazing softly downward. Extend the spine up tall, shoulders back and down. Lift your heart with each inhaling breath. Sitting bones sinking toward the earth with each exhale. We'll tune in with 3 ohms. Feel free to join in or just absorb the vibration. Take another deep breath in. Take a moment to absorb the vibrations of the mantra as it connects us all as one. Allow yourself to settle here this Saturday morning and set an intention for your practice, something you'd like to nurture or cultivate within yourself. Bringing your awareness back to the breath. Allow each inhale to bring you here, to this room, to this moment. Allow each exhale to release anything not needed for your practice today. With your next inhaling breath, allow the belly to soften and expand. And as you exhale, draw the belly toward the back. Follow your body's rhythm, expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. With your next inhaling breath, allow the belly to expand and open the ribs, reaching them out to the sides. And as you exhale, contract the belly and relax the ribs. With your next inhaling breath, expand the belly, open the ribs, and lift the chest, creating space for your heart. And as you exhale, contract, relax, and lower. Continue this full deep breath, expanding the lungs in all directions with each inhale. Completely releasing the breath with each exhale. As you come to your next inhaling breath, let's sweep our arms up over the head with the inhale. Exhale, floating the hands down. Inhale, lifting the arms, creating more space in the torso for the breath. Exhale, floating the arms down and releasing. Follow your breath. One more breath. When you reach the end of your exhale, gently return to your natural breath, noticing any changes you feel in your mind or body. Remembering that our breath is always with us to help find those moments of peace and calm. Bringing your awareness to your right hand, allow the tips of the thumb and pointer finger to come together and bring those fingertips to your heart center. Turning your attention deeper inward toward your heart, looking within for your inner light and your inner joy. As you find that connection with the light within you, allow its warm glow to flow on the breath throughout your entire body. As you find that connection with your inner joy, allow it to radiate up onto your face in a smile. And breathe it out into the space around you. As we continue our practice, allow your light and joy to flow through each breath and movement, honoring all that you are in each moment. When you're ready, you can float your hand down, gently open your eyes. If you'd like to switch your legs or change positions, please go ahead and do that. And with your next inhaling breath, let's scrunch our shoulders up by our ears. And exhale, press the shoulders back and down. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, back and down. Once more, lift and squeeze. And back and down. We'll bring the hands in front of the chest, palms facing down. Tuck the shoulder blades, gently strengthening the muscles around the scapula. Noticing if there's any unevenness one side to the other. Let's see if you can find that balance. And let's gently press the elbows back toward each other, lifting the heart and the chin gently, squeezing the center of the shoulder blades toward each other, wringing out any tension. And opening the arm wide, turning the palms up, lift the heart and draw the lower corners of the shoulder blades toward each other. Breathing into the heart. If it feels okay, you could flex the wrists, pressing through the palms. And then bringing the arms in front, crossing the right over the left, bending at the elbows, hands back to back, or left hand around the right wrist, or hands at the shoulders. Elbows up to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing into the upper back, gently squeezing the arms together. Jaw is relaxed and chin is gently pulled back toward the throat. Gently lower and lift the elbows if that feels okay, following the breath. And with your next inhaling breath, if it feels okay, lift the elbows up a little higher, gently arching. And as you exhale around, letting the weight of the arms open the back, releasing the neck. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. We'll unwrap the arms, open wide, pressing through the palms again if that feels okay, tucking those shoulder blades down. Breathing into the heart, softening, letting go of any barriers in this moment. And let's bring the arms in front, crossing the left over the right, bending at the elbows, hands back to back, or right hand around the left wrist, or hands at the shoulders, whatever feels right for your body. Elbows up to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing into the upper back as you gently squeeze the arms together. Jaw is relaxed. Chin gently pulled back toward the throat. And gently lower and lift the arms with the breath as that feels okay. And with your next inhaling breath, lift the elbows up a little higher if that feels okay, gently arching. And exhale round. Releasing the back of the neck. Breathing into the upper back. And with the next inhale, coming back to center, we'll unwrap the arms, extending them out to the sides. Make some circles with the wrists. And reverse those circles. And then we'll bring the hands together at the heart, interlacing the fingers, pressing the palms away, round the shoulders, drop the chin. With your next inhaling breath, lift the arms up over the head, gently arching. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. This time, as you exhale, leave the palms up and gently drop the chin toward the chest. Softening the elbows, we'll roll the shoulder blades back toward each other, gently squeezing the upper corners of the shoulder blades together. Softening the jaw and the back of the neck. And if it feels okay, you could press the arms a little higher. With your next inhale, lift the chin. And as you exhale, gently twist toward the right, floating the hands down, left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the right hip. Lift the heart with your inhale, twisting gently with your exhale. Head comes around left. Hold and breathe. If it feels okay for your neck, with your next inhaling breath, turn your chin over your left shoulder, letting the breath go. Inhale back to the right, letting the breath go. With your next inhale, sweep the right arm up by your ear. And as you exhale, reach across the body, dropping the right hip toward the mat, lifting the heart, reaching through the fingertips. Breathing into the right side of the body, creating space. Letting go. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. And exhale back to the center. Take a breath in and out. And we'll interlace the fingers. Inhale the palms up over the head. Exhale, gently twisting to the left. And floating the hands down. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the left hip. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, gently twisting through the ribs. Head comes around last. Hold and breathe. Lifting and twisting with the breath. Finding that edge between flexibility and inflexibility. With your next inhaling breath, if it feels okay for your neck, turn your chin over your right shoulder and let the breath go. Inhale back to the left and let the breath go. With your next inhale, sweep the left arm up by the ear, and as you exhale, reach across the body, dropping the left hip toward the mat, lifting the heart, reaching through your fingertips, creating space in the left side of the body. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. And as you exhale, come back to the center. Let's extend our legs out in front of us. And if you want to go ahead and grab your strap and have that available. We'll lift the spine up tall, shoulders back and down. You can have the hands on the mat or on the legs or even a little bit behind you to help keep the spine tall if you would like. We'll begin flexing the feet, engaging the quadriceps, drawing the kneecaps up. Belly muscles are strong. And gently lifting the heels off the floor if that feels okay. Trying not to hyperextend the knees in the process. Notice if your shoulders want to round forward or scrunch up and have them back and down. Excuse me. And with your next exhale, soften the legs. Let's take the strap and gently wrap it around the arches of the feet. You can wrap the strap around your hands for a little extra grip if you would like. Lifting the spine up tall again, shoulders back and down. Think about pushing the feet into the strap and pulling the strap gently toward the body. Can stay here, keeping those feet flexed, or if it feels okay, gently begin to hinge at the hips, tilting the pelvis forward, keeping the spine nice and long. Stopping when you feel tightness or tension, softening around it. Noticing where you might be holding on in the hips and the back of the legs, the low back. See if you can soften and let go gently. Lengthening and softening with the breath. Honoring your body where it is in this moment. No expectations, just allowing. One more breath. And with your next inhale, let's lift up tall. We'll release the strap. Gently take hold of the outside of, sorry, my words are not. Folding the strap in half. If you have it looped, you can kind of hold on to ends of the loops or just having it nice and wide. And we'll bring the arms up over our head and having that just as wide as feels okay. And then if it feels okay, you can let the arms come back. You might want to widen the strap a little more. Don't want to go into any pain. Just opening through the shoulders here. And then lifting back up and lowering the strap down. We'll release that and set it to the side. Bring our hands behind the hips, fingertips facing the hips. Roll the shoulder blades back toward each other. You can keep the legs extended in inclined plane or bend the knees, bringing the feet hip width apart, coming into reverse table. Bending those elbows with your next inhale, press the hips up high. Head extends out from the spine. Exhale, lower and hover if that feels okay. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. This time hold and breathe if that feels okay, or continue coming up and down. Hips press high, elbows slightly bent, head extends out from the spine. And then we'll gently lower down and shake out those wrists. Let's bring our knees in front of us, coming to the center of the mat. We'll round the spine, drop the chin, and gently roll back using the belly muscles. Shoulders tuck back and down, extending the legs out. Gently scan up your body, noticing any parts that feel tired, achy, or sore. Honoring yourself by listening to your body's messages. Pushing yourself to your edge, but not beyond it. And remembering that each time we do yoga, our body is a little bit different. Let's bend the right leg, floating the hands to the knee, drawing it in toward the chest. Lengthen through the neck, shoulders tuck under, soften around the hip. Keeping the left hand on the knee, allow the right arm to fall out to the side, palm facing down or bending at the elbow. And as you exhale, gently twist across the left side of the body. Vision toward the right arm. Right hip comes off of the mat as the foot comes across toward the floor. Release the muscles around the hip, easing the spine into the twist. And with your next inhale, come back to the center, extending the leg up toward the sky. Actually, let's have you grab your strap, wrapping that around the arch of the foot, and extending the leg up toward the sky. Softening, letting the hip sink into the mat and reach through the heel. Lengthening through the spine and thinking about pushing the sitting bones toward the end of the mat to help lengthen the low back. You can stay here, or if it feels okay with your next exhaling breath, lift the head and chest toward the leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And see if it feels okay to draw the leg a little closer toward the torso now. Noticing where you can let go. Then we'll bend the knee, releasing the strap. Let's make some circles with the ankle. And reverse those circles. And then lower the leg down. Take a breath in and out. Notice if your shoulders have curled up forward and gently let them fall back to the mat. Now let's bend the left leg, floating the hands to the knee as you draw it in toward the chest. Shoulders tuck under, lengthen through the neck, soften around the hip. Keeping the right hand on the knee, allow the left arm to fall out to the side, palm facing down. And as you exhale, gently twist over the right side of the body. Left hip comes off of the mat, foot comes across toward the floor. Vision toward the left arm as much as feels okay for your neck. Release the muscles around the hip and ease the spine into the twist. And with your next inhaling breath, come back to the center. We'll take hold of the strap and grab that or wrap that underneath the arch of the foot as we extend the leg up toward the sky. Thinking about dropping the hip into the mat as you reach the heel away, pushing gently into the strap. With your next exhaling breath, if that feels okay, lift the head and chest toward the leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And see if you can draw the leg a little closer toward the torso. Noticing where you can soften and let go. And then we'll bend the knee, releasing the strap, and make some circles with the ankle. And reverse the circles. And then extend the leg out. Taking a breath, letting the body sink into the floor. And let's bend the knees, placing the feet on the floor, tucking our shoulders under, sending the arms alongside the body. We'll tuck the pelvis, pressing the low back into the mat, engaging the belly muscles. And then gently lifting the feet off of the floor, stacking the knees over the hips. So you could stay here. If it feels okay, you could extend the legs up toward the sky. And with your next exhaling breath, if it feels okay, you could take hold behind the legs and lift the head toward the legs. Inhale, lowering the head. With your exhale, you can either lower the legs with them extended or lower the legs with the knees bent, focusing on keeping those lower abdominal muscles engaged. And then with the inhale, again, extending the legs back up, either lengthening them long or keeping the knees bent. And as you exhale, lifting the head and chest. Inhale, lower the head and chest. Engaging the belly muscles. Exhale, lower the legs in whatever way feels right for your body. Inhale, lifting the legs. Exhale, lifting the head and chest. Inhale, lower the head and chest. Exhale, lower the legs in whatever way feels right for your body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lift the head and chest. Hold and breathe here for a couple of breaths. Thinking about engaging the lower belly muscles and expanding the ribs to create space for the breath. And with your next inhale, lower your head and chest. And as you exhale, gently lower the legs again in whatever way feels right for you. Once you reach the floor, take a deep breath in and out, softening the body. And let's bend the knees. We'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Can gently press that left knee out to the side, flexing that right foot. Or if it feels okay, you could lift the left foot off of the floor. I think I said the wrong things, right knee out to the side. Uh, lift the left foot off of the floor, taking hold behind the hamstrings or over the top of the shin, flexing the right foot and gently drawing the left knee toward the body. From whichever position you are in, think about breathing into the right hip, gently letting go. And gently release, lowering the right leg to the mat. We'll cross the left ankle over the right thigh. You can stay here, gently pressing the left knee out to the side. Or if it feels okay for your body, lifting the right foot off the floor, taking hold behind the hamstring or over the top of the shin. Flexing the left foot as you draw the right knee toward the body. Breathing into the left hip. And then gently release. Let's bring both knees over the torso, gently hugging them in. Breathing into the low belly. Engage those lower belly muscles, noticing how that feels to draw the lower belly muscles down toward the back. And with your next exhale, if it feels okay, you can lift the head and chest toward the knees. Inhale, release. Engaging the belly as you exhale, lift. Inhale, release. Once more, engage and exhale, lifting. Inhale, release. From here, you can either roll to your side, pressing up with your hands, or slip your hands behind your knees, kick your feet over your head, and gently rock up. And then we'll come forward onto our hands and knees. And let's have your blocks available or nearby. If you'd like a blanket underneath your Knees, please be sure to add that for a little extra cushion. Softening the elbows as the hands are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Head extends out, shoulders tucked back and down, belly muscles drawn up toward the back. Take a breath in and out. And with your next inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the spine, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine, drop the chin. Inhale, lifting, spine follows. Exhale, rounding. Follow your breath. And with your next inhale, coming back to table pose. Softening the elbows, we'll shift our weight onto the left knee gently. And with your next inhale, let's lift the right leg out to the side, or the right knee out to the side. Wrap it around to the back, and exhale, lowering. Inhale, lift, wrap, and lower. Inhale, lift, wrap, and lower. This time we're going to reverse. Inhale, lifting the leg behind us, and then exhale, wrapping it to the side and down. Inhale, lift, wrap, and down. Once more, lift, wrap, and down. And coming back to the center, taking a breath in and out. Shifting the weight gently to the right knee. Inhale the left knee out to the side. Exhale, wrapping to the back and down. Inhale, lift, wrap, and down. Inhale, lift, wrap, and down. And reverse, lifting the leg behind us with the inhale, and exhale, wrapping and down. Inhale, lift, wrap, and down. Once more, lift, wrap, and down. Coming back to the center. Let's grab our blocks in front of us. We're going to rest our forearms on the block, giving our wrists a little bit of a break. And we're going to drop our head and chest toward the mat, coming into reclined puppy, giving a little bit more opening to the shoulders and chest by having the arms on the block. Be sure to adjust those blocks wherever feels best for you, or if that feels too intense for your shoulders, go ahead and lower the hands or the arms down to the mat. If it feels okay, you could lift your chin and drop your chest a little closer toward the mat. But listening to your body, not overdoing. And then gently lifting back up. We'll bring our hands onto the blocks, tucking our toes under, pressing our hips up and back in downward dog. So you can kind of play around with where that works for your hands on the blocks. Sometimes turning them on the edges kind of lets us hold on a little easier to the blocks. And again, if you would prefer to have your hands on the mat, please do that. Bending the knees, pressing the hips out behind us. Floating the heels toward the floor. Lengthening through the entire back of the body. We're going to shift our weight forward, stacking the shoulders over the hands in a kind of high plank on the blocks. Engage the belly muscles, drawing them up toward the back. Head extends out. And then gently shifting the hips back, heels floating low. And then inhale, coming back to plank. Softening the elbows so the arms aren't locked. And let's lower the knees down. Turning the blocks back so that they're on the lowest level. Can either have the hands on the block. We're going to work with a side plank. So you can have the hands on the block, can move them to the mat, or you can come onto forearms also on the blocks or the floor. So we'll think about the right arm first. We're going to reach the left leg back, shifting our weight onto that right arm and extending the left arm up toward the sky. So we can stay here, or if it feels okay, rooting that left foot into the mat, you can then reach the right foot down beside it. Tucking the shoulder blades of the right hand, lengthening through the side of the body. And dropping that knee back down, coming back to both hands, and shake out that right wrist. And then we'll shift our weight to the left leg, reaching that right leg out toward the end. Scoot forward a little bit on my mat. Shifting our weight to the left hand, right arm floats up out of the shoulder. Can stay here, or if it feels okay, rooting that right foot into the mat, you can reach the left foot down beside it, tucking the shoulder blades, lifting the left hip. Try not to let the hips hang down. And we'll lower that left knee, float the right hand down. Bringing the forearms back onto the blocks, we'll work with reclined puppy one more time, giving those wrists a little break. And you can make some circles with the wrists if you'd like. Again, if it feels okay, you can lift the chin, dropping the chest a little closer toward the floor. Listening to what your body needs. And then gently lifting the head, coming forward onto the forearms, walking our knees a little closer. And then we'll turn the blocks up a little higher. You can either have them on their sides, or you can either have them as tall as you would like them. We're going to step forward with the right foot, just having them as a support for some of our pigeon versions. So we'll have the right knee stacked over the right ankle, lifting the toe or tucking the toes under of the back leg, lifting that knee and reaching it back a little more if that feels okay. Then uncurling the toes, lifting the heart, allowing the blocks to just be a support for us. Again, so we don't have to really think about trying to reach the floor. We can focus more on the hips, tucking those shoulders back and down, lifting the heart. Right hip presses back, left hip presses forward and gently drops down. Stay here, or if it feels okay, you could tuck those back toes under of the left foot and lift the knee off of the mat. And dropping that knee back down. And turn the block so that it's on its widest side, placing the hand on the block, right hand on the knee, turning the torso to face the thigh, sweeping that right arm up toward the sky. Shoulder blade tucks back and down. If it feels okay, you can make some big circles with your arm. And reversing those. And then floating the hands back down to the block. We'll rock back, lengthening through the leg just as far as feels okay, flexing the foot, pressing back through that right hip. And then gently coming forward and then bringing the right knee back. You can rock the hips a little side to side, just noticing what's the same or different. And getting a little stretch on that exterior of the hip. And coming back to the center, we'll step the left foot forward, stacking the left knee over the ankle. Again, adjusting the blocks in a way that feels comfortable for you. Could tuck the toes of the back foot under, lift the knee and reach back a little more. Lifting the heart, shoulders are back and down. Think about pressing the left hip back, right hip forward, and then softening down the front of the right hip. If it feels okay, you could tuck the right toes under and lift the knee off of the mat. And then lowering that knee back down. We'll lower the block under the right hand. Place the left hand on the left knee, turning the torso toward the thigh. And with your inhale, sweep that left arm up toward the sky, gently twisting if that feels okay. And if it feels okay, you could make some circles with the arm and reverse those. And then floating back to center, rocking that left hip back, lengthening through the spine, rolling up onto the heel, toes pointing up as you lengthen through the back of the leg. We'll come back on to the left foot. And this time we'll tuck the toes of the right foot under and step forward toward the front of the mat. Feet hip width apart. Softening the knees, lengthening the spine. If you'd like to use a block in front of you, helping to lengthen. You can do that at whatever level feels right for you. Knees are slightly bent, feet pressing into the mat. Lengthen through the spine. And as it feels okay, you can begin to lower down, just as we did when we were in the seated forward bend. Lengthening the spine first, and then hinging at those hips and letting it fold forward. Releasing the back of the neck. Noticing where you can let go. Softening the knees. With your next inhale, sweep the arms out and up, palms together over the head. And exhale, hands to the heart. Taking a breath in and out. And let's grab our straps. We'll use them for a balanced pose. So if you'd like to use the wall for support, go ahead and have that either at your back or with where your hand can reach it. And we're gonna bring the strap underneath the right foot. Lifting the spine tall, shoulders back and down, belly strong, knees soft. We'll shift the weight to our left leg and find the focus spot for our gaze. And then gently begin to lift the strap to lift the leg in front of us, just as far as feels okay. Again, using that wall for support as needed. And if it feels okay, you can begin to kind of walk your hands a little closer with the strap, reaching the foot out. I notice my hip is kind of gripping a little, so I'm going to let go a little more. Lost my focus spot. All right, stay here. Or if it feels okay, you can let go of the left hand, holding with the right, and bring the leg out to the side. Notice the shoulders, tucking them down. Coming back to the center, and we'll gently lower down. And switching legs, finding our balance on both feet again. Strap under the left foot. Spine tall, shoulders back and down, belly strong, knees soft. Weight on the right leg. Gently begin to lift the strap, lifting the leg in front of you. Again, just as far as feels okay. You can stay close to the floor. If it feels okay, you can walk it up a little higher. Shoulders often want to pull forward or round, so tuck them back and down. And you can stay here, or again, releasing the right hand. Gently bring the leg out to the side. Coming back to the center, gently lowering down. Release the strap. And let's spread our legs nice and wide. Sweeping the arms up over the head. Exhale, swan dive, hips out behind us. And floating the hands down. You can have a block here if you'd like as well. Soft knees, push into the feet and lift the hips behind you. lengthening through those sitting bones, hamstrings, lengthening through the spine. And then as it feels okay, hinging at the hips, folding forward. You can walk the hands or block over toward the right leg, turning the torso to face the thigh, lengthening down over the leg. Right foot pushes into the floor as the right hip lifts up high. Then we'll gently walk back to the center and over to the left, turning the torso to face the thigh, lengthening down over the leg. Left foot pushes into the floor as the left hip reaches up toward the sky. And gently coming back to the center. Let's walk the feet a little closer, stopping just outside of hip width apart. If you want to use the block for a Malasana squat, you can place that in the center behind the heels. Bending the knees, dropping the hips, hands coming to the heart. You can work with a high Malasana, pushing into the feet, lengthening the spine. Or you can lower the hips down to the block or by the heels. Or you can come all the way down to the mat, walking the feet a little further apart. Elbows or upper arms into the thighs or knees. Lengthen through the spine, shoulders tucked down the back. Soften through the hips. And then we'll gently lower the rest of the way down. Coming into Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together. Knees out to the side. Hands at the ankles or toes. Lifting the spine tall. Let's start with pushing the feet together, which makes the knees come up a little bit, engaging those inner groin muscles. And then releasing, engaging the outer hip muscles to draw the knees down just as far as feels okay. Hinging at the hips, if it feels okay, you can gently tilt forward, lengthening through the spine, letting go through the inner groin and the low back. Listening to your body, and only as far as feels okay. And gently lifting the spine up tall. We'll take hold behind the knees, bringing them together, and gently wrap the arms around the legs, rounding the spine, taking a couple of breaths. And then let's gently come back to a cross-legged position. Sending the spine up tall, shoulders back and down, heart is lifted. With your next inhale, reaching through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, drop the right ear over the right shoulder. Tucking that right shoulder back and down, breathing into the left side of the neck. With your next inhale, coming back to the center. And as you exhale, drop the left ear over the left shoulder, tucking the shoulder back and down, breathing into the right side of the neck. Heart is lifted even though the head is tilted. Notice if there's anywhere you're gripping in the jaw or hips, gently letting go. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, dropping the chin toward the chest. Shoulders are back and down. Inhale, sweeping the chin toward the right shoulder. Exhale to the center. Inhale, sweeping the chin toward the left shoulder. Exhale to the center. Inhale, sweeping the chin toward the right shoulder. You can continue moving or you can hold and breathe. Whatever feels right for you. If you're holding, with your next exhale, come back to the center. And inhale toward the left. Again, holding and breathing or continuing moving from one side to the other. And if you're holding, with your next exhale, come back to the center. Inhale, lifting the spine tall and letting the breath go. Let's bend our knees, coming to the center of the mat. Taking hold behind the knees and having a block nearby if you want to use that for Viparita Karami with the legs up in the air. We'll round the spine, rolling onto the back, tucking the shoulders back and down. We'll lift the feet up toward the sky, either rocking the hands underneath the hips or using the block at whatever angle feels right for you. Whatever side. Shoulders are tucked under. Ankles and knees are relaxed as you breathe into the belly. We'll gently bend the knees, rocking the hands or block underneath or from beneath the hips. And then bringing the knees over the torso, hugging them in. You can rock a little from side to side. You can make small circles with the low back by drawing the knees in and out and reversing those circles if you're making them. And then making sure you have space for your knees. We'll bring the arms out to shoulder height. Knees together, dropping down to the right, vision to the left. Releasing through the spine. And then inhaling back to the center. Exhale, dropping the knees to the left, vision to the right. Hold and breathe. And gently coming back to the center. Lower the feet down and prepare for relaxation. You could walk the feet to the edges of the mat and rest the knees together, or extend the legs out, having a blanket or bolster under your knees if you'd like. And I encourage you to cover up a little bit, keeping the warmth in your body. Having your feet about hip width apart if your legs are extended. Arms slightly away from your body with your palms turned up. Relax your forehead. Soften your eyes. Loosen your jaw. Bring your awareness back to the breath. Allowing each inhale to fill you with a sense of peace and calm. Allowing each exhale to release anything that no longer serves you. Release your muscles from the bones, surrendering them to the earth, feeling its strength and support beneath you. If you'd like to receive Reiki through the rest of Shavasana, please open yourself to receive it now. And let the breath bring you back to your heart center, reconnecting with the light and joy that always reside deep within your heart. Let each breath fill your heart with loving kindness for yourself. Sending that loving kindness to each and every cell of your body, honoring all of who you are in this moment. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch in whatever way feels comfortable for you. When you're ready, you can gently bend your knees, roll to your side, and rest there for a moment. And then gently return to a seated position. We'll end with a metta blessing of loving kindness. Please feel free to join in. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings have peace. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. The light in me honors the light in you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. For our world, for our communities, and for ourselves. Well, thank you so much for joining me this morning and taking some time for yourselves.